Welcome to the Brown Node. We are online today. We're not in the flesh with each other. We're down the line on the internet using our typewriters. I don't know.
Yep. Fax machines.
Yep. Back to the old ones. How are you? How are you, boys?
Oh, good. Do you want to explain why we're in this situation?
Satch is in Dubai.
No, I'm not.
I'm just so used to saying that. It's just force of habit.
I feel like I'm in that confession window and I'm ready to accept any confessions from you here.
These are my confessions. Is that because of Usher?
Oh, I mean, look at how smooth that is. Because we've got to talk about that. We could not explain why we're on down the line and just crack on with Usher.
Yeah, we're gonna explain why we're down the line.
I tried to glaze over it. Come on, bro. I did everything. I even did a beautiful link to Usher there, linking on. Like, let's go.
I know. But I know your escaping tactics. So I'm gonna bring it back to what we need to address.
What Seth has done the conversation equivalent of is hello. Excuse me. Hello. No, hello. I didn't get one. I didn't get a free hello, whatever it might be. Yeah. Hello. He did that.
Free explanation.
You can explain it, Satch.
Well, why me? I'm not the guilty party.
Oh,
I don't think there is a guilty party.
I think there is.
Like no. Okay. Hey, right. So
we'll let the listeners decide.
Well, they'll understand more so. And look, this is a form of these two ganging up on me right now because basically, it's been really busy the last few days. Anybody who's been following my social media will know I've been busy from mid last week and it's now Tuesday. So about Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 or 3 jobs a day, comedy, this, that, whatever, right?
Hang on a second. Me too.
Yeah. Okay. And I just got a little bit muddled up with my days and what I was doing with when and what, and I didn't realize I'm busy tonight basically. So I'm actually going tonight, which I'm quite excited about.
Not even busy, out in another city.
Yeah. But because we normally record on a Tuesday evening, Monday evening or Tuesday evening.
Monday or Tuesday, yeah.
I couldn't do last night because I was doing the Nations Curry Awards, which is good fun in Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
And I also couldn't do tonight because the Royal Shakespeare Company. Look at me. Look how cultured I am, blood. Right? Man's going Shakespeare, innit? Anyway, it's the Royal Shakespeare Company are doing Midsummer Night's Dream, which my son is studying at school, and I got press tickets with canapes and drinks. And I said, "Hello, son.
Do you know what time it starts?
Yes, 6 o'clock doors open, 7 o'clock.
You know which country it's in?
It's Warwickshire. It's in Shakespeare territory.
You are going to get there tonight.
Yeah, I'm going to go there and come back in one day.
Bruv, can I just say, there's nothing summery about today. There's no midsummer gan. We're in like autumn. It feels like autumn, winter.
Winter. It's cold as well and rainy today as well. Cold, rain. But I'm quite looking forward to because we've never done this. Just me and Milo, who's 11 and a bit. Just the two of us in a car, 2-hour trip. Watch a play, turn around, come back, and then we'll talk about. And can I be honest? It's me, right? I'm not really that into all this bakwas.
Oh, you love all that. You love it all.
But no, I do. I tell you what, I got an A at English literature GCSE.
That's what I mean, you studied all of this.
A level as well. But I like the analysis of it. But what I mean, as a grown man, I wouldn't go to Royal Shakespeare Company and go watch a play there. I do know that's the home of Shakespeare and all of that kind of thing. But I've got to kind of now be a dad and pretend to be really sort of into it, but in a way that's educational. Because I want to go. That's good, isn't it? I want to do a bit of a Sachin review. Like, it's all right. Get it? Yeah,
it's all right.
I think you need to speak to him in Shakespeare language all the way up. Fully.
Well, then you're not getting there. He's going to walk out of the car straight within 5 minutes. He won't even get to the bottom of his road.
I really like that. I like that. Would thou art like to stop at the Moto service stations for 20 nuggets between father and Doth son, whatever, I don't know. But you know what, at the moment, the only thing me and him have spoken about is what we're going to eat on the way there and what we're going to eat on the way back.
That's what you need to chat about.
That says it all in it about this whole trip. I don't even think he's into it.
No. But
are you sure he wants to go?
No, well, he has to go because he's studying it. And I said, what part of the book are you up to? He went, Act 1. I went, yeah. He went, Scene 1. Yeah. And I went, yeah. And he went, Page 1. Okay. All right.
Inside cover.
Yeah. So I was like, all right. I said, I think we better go watch it.
So you're going to basically ruin it for him tonight.
Why? Oh, well, you know, it's not ruining it. He's consuming it one way or another, isn't it? But, okay. I mean, hey, mate, you're going to see it at the RSC, the Royal Shakespeare Company. This is the home of Shakespeare, where the geezer lived. It's in Warwickshire, just south of Coventry. I'm quite excited.
All right, and, no. Can I just say, I think you're going to fall asleep, Tommy.
You know, can I be honest? I'm feeling a little bit tired now.
His track record at the cinema.
No, it's not even the cinema. I've been to watch plays with this guy, and every time he's falling asleep, we both have at one of them.
Yeah, but bruv, that was different. That was when we were on breakfast. That was when we were on early shifts. Now,
Tommy, this is different. You would fall asleep anyway.
Huh?
You can fall asleep anyway.
If it's a bit warm, you've had a little, 10 little nuggets on the way up.
Hold on. Well, you would be the same if that. I mean, when you're DJing and you're busy and all that stuff, Kedge, you've got more of a routine, and I think you're a bit more lively, wired. You're not a snoozer. I don't think.
No, I don't.
Even on trains and stuff. Whereas if I get on a train, I'm like, result. Let me get my little sort of nuzzled in the corner,
get my legs up.
But then, Kedge, do you sleep well at night? Can you when your head hits a pillow, are you out pretty much straight away?
Yeah.
Do you do your breathing thing still to get you into the kind of?
I think it's all. I don't have to do it anymore. I think it's just all become automatic now.
Yeah. Well, breathing should be quite automatic, but like through the nose.
No, it's just I'm ready for it. It's the practice to have a good night's sleep starts the moment you wake up in the morning.
Why are you talking like you're
that makes no sense.
I heard it this week, and I thought, and then you just gave me the opportunity. But I heard it this week, and I thought, I love that.
Makes no sense.
Practice for what's that? Say it again.
So the hard work and all the effort that you need to put into a good night's sleep. You know, like a lot of people go, I'll go through this routine that like half an hour before I sleep, and then I've got to do this 20 minutes before, blah blah blah. But actually, if you want a good night's sleep, the preparation has to go in from the moment you wake up, and everything that you do during the day. I thought it was quite deep. I love that.
I tell you what, sorry, just a lot of people have been swearing, and I've been seeing it pop up more and more so, which is what we've been hearing, like, turn your devices off at night, but definitely turn the Wi-Fi off at night. People are going, your Wi-Fi, 5G, 4G, turn all that off.
That makes
your phone's next to you.
That makes no difference because your phone's going to work anyway. We don't live in India where we've got to live on Wi-Fi.
No, you're right.
I mean, everything works anyway.
No, that's exactly it. Your phone will work. So if you need to take an emergency call, let's say your mum, dad are going to call or whatever, something like that, and something they might need you, that's fine. But having Wi-Fi on apparently while you sleep is really bad. To the extent that this TikTok that I watched, which is
here we go. It's on TikTok.
Here we go. It's on TikTok. I'm sorry, but you need to like that. This is like an explanation out of someone who lives in India who turns the Wi-Fi off at night. I'm sorry. There's no need to turn the Wi-Fi router off ever.
No, there is, bruv. Apparently, it's messing with your head. It's the reason why we've all got all these issues nowadays. It's the reason why the new generation are so weak.
I don't think it's the reason why
we lack what issues have you got? Huh? What issues have you got because of the Wi-Fi?
Plenty, as you can tell.
I don't know. Well, it might be like, it might be affecting my sleep and how deep of a sleep I'm getting. Maybe that's the reason I snooze all the time is because I'm around too much.
No, it's all to do with everything else, Tommy.
Okay. Wow. What's everything else then?
Your diet, everything, all of that.
Oh, here we go. He's coming with his 2 pence worth now. Here we go.
But hey, that's for another podcast. That will be, the health podcast.
That is for another podcast.
I just thought I'd give you my confession about my sleep time.
Okay, well, let's move on to the only confession that we need to really be talking about. And that is that did we all watch Usher at Super Bowl?
Yes,
we did. Yes.
Can I just chip in just to tee up where I was when I watched it? I'd like you to do the same if you don't mind, because over all the years, I'm never awake, obviously, for it because it's on at like about 2 a.m.
It's at 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock-ish.
I'm always asleep. Right, but yeah, it's about 1-ish. But that night, so this was
Sunday night.
Sunday night going into Monday morning, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I was doing an award show up in Manchester. And by the time, where was I? Leicester. I just done my comedy show in Leicester and I'd driven to Manchester, getting ahead for the next day. So I'm in the hotel. It's about 12 o'clock. I pull up to the Ibis budget hotel. Rock and roll, baby.
Easy.
Proper hotel, that.
It's got the bunk bed above it as well. It's got the triple bed and all that. It's got that molded shower room that just smells of bleach and stuff.
Just mold covered shower,
Actually, it's very clean because it smells of bleach and stuff, but it's so depressing. Those rooms.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I felt so sad.
That does the job, though, innit? Does the job.
It does. Yeah. If it's just you like that, it does a job, right? Yeah, absolutely. But my point is, I got in and there was a Domino's 2 doors up from my hotel.
Lovely.
and it said 24 hours Domino's. I was like, that's perfect. The sign. And I'll be honest, I'd had a good comedy gig in Leicester. I want to thank everyone who came out there. I had fun at the National Asian Wedding Show. I had fun, like, with my comedy show before that as well. So I was on a bit of a buzz. And obviously I don't drink, don't do anything else. I'm like, I might as well just treat myself to a medium pizza. And that was my little... So I had that and then turned on the telly. It was on ITV. I wasn't expecting the Super Bowl to be on whatever channel it was on. It's
always on NHS TV.
Okay, I didn't know that, right? So I was quite excited. I just wish I understood the game a bit more. And then I was trying to work out, looking at all the screen. Bear in mind, you guys are the ones that taught me how to read the cricket board and what that means and what all the stats at the bottom of the screen mean, right? I didn't know before 2019. I didn't know how to read that. So here I am now reading, thinking, has halftime gone? Have I missed it? And I'm looking at it and it says first this, second this Dan, whatever. And then they
first down.
First down. But I thought that was martial arts, first Dan, second down.
No, not Dan, down.
Down.
Jay
Sean. Down.
Fine. Like the feathers you get in nice pillows and blankets. Yeah, that kind of. Anyway, my point is, I timed it perfectly. I had my pizza and it comes on. There you go, Kate. Sorry, where were you? Were you awake?
No, I wasn't awake. I can't be awake, obviously, because like you said, some of us have 3 other jobs, so we have to be ready up early for that. So I had to watch
only it. 3. I've got 5. And by the way, you haven't got 3 other jobs.
He hasn't got 3. He's got 1 job. He's got 1 job. And he can't even do that correctly.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
No, what was I doing? I actually watched the Super Bowl every year. But I ain't got a clue what's happening. It's been about 15
I can't believe Satch hasn't picked it up yet. You say the same thing every year, Satch. Why haven't you figured it out yet?
Honestly, it don't interest me. Like I watch it because it's like, oh yeah, it's a big thing to watch. I slap it on. I watch the first 2 quarters, so the first half of the game. Then the halftime show comes on. Then I fall asleep. It's just tradition.
Oh my God, what are you like, Satch?
After the halftime show, I didn't watch it. But go on.
I'm sure you went to sleep as well.
Kedge, I got a whole medium pizza from me, and I smashed the whole thing by myself.
Wow, that's a good night.
Yeah, it was lovely. It was
good.
And I couldn't.
So go on. What do you think of the show, not the pizza?
While I was watching it, I thought what I'm now seeing on social media and everybody else saying.
Go on.
As soon as Usher came out, I was like, oh. He sounds out of tune, right?
Yep.
And I nearly tweeted it, but I thought, I don't need the heat in my life. I don't need all the responses from people saying,
no.
Who are you to criticize Usher? He's a talented artist. But when he came out, whatever the song it was like, let's just say
Caught
it was
up.
Like...
Caught up.
Yeah. Gonna go, I'm a type of brother. You're doing my way. And I thought, is that me? I was like, that. But then I thought, okay, he's dancing as well.
So you watched it live, Tommy?
Yeah.
So did I.
Okay, fine. So basically, if you watched it live, you got that bust up version.
Yes.
When I watched it at 6 a.m. on the Apple app, right? Yeah. It's already been corrected. So when Satch goes, oh, Alicia Keys was off, I'm like, God, Satch, you're being a bit harsh because that sounded fine to me.
Do you know what? If you thought Usher was out of tune, she was. Yeah, proper out of tune. Honestly, I can. I've even got the clip, and I keep listening to it over and over again because it just makes me laugh how bad it is. Like it is really bad.
But can I be honest? Both of them, and I don't want to sound like I'm trying to be a Britain's Got Talent Simon Cowell here. Yeah. Both of them warmed up though, so it started.
It didn't take long. It didn't take long.
It didn't. No. And look, and like Usher did so much in that performance, jumping around, dancing around. He was dripping with sweat.
I mean, roller skating, and singing. Yeah. And that microphone almost going up his nose at one point. It's hard. Do you know what I mean?
And then I wondered whether it was that headset microphone which made him sound weird, because then he switched to a different mic about, say, 2 songs, 3 songs in. Yeah. And he had like this nice glittery, like shiny silver handheld mic. But he had his headset on. It just sounded like out of tune. And then, like I said, Alicia Keys, a little bit warbly. But let's get. I want to ask the question. And the question is, how did it rank for you amongst other performances? Because all I'm seeing on social media, best one yet.
No way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the best one yet.
And I think everyone's gonna say that best one yet after every performance. And honestly, I don't think it was. I thought it was good. He's got all the bangers, and we like that kind of music. So we're like, it's good to hear that. But as an overall performance, it was okay. It was good. but
it was good. It was good. It was Super Bowl standard, I would say.
You know what I think the best thing about it? I liked his costumes. He looked quite good.
The costume was good. The blue one was good.
The blue one at the end, he looked pretty cool in it.
Yeah,
what I rated was the slickness of the whole performance in terms of the songs, the song changes, you know, the way the camera rolls from the marching band, it goes around to these guys, goes around to the other rappers, other singers, other people performing, then comes back to him. I'm like, this whole thing is one superbly constructed, you know, not just, it's an event. And the fact that they build the stage in the halftime break, then they take it all down, then they kind of, you know, all these marching band people are coming on in, all that. It was slick like that. But he's got so many great songs that no matter what he does, it's always going to sound great. A bit like what I said about the Dre, Snoop Dogg thing and all that. The songs are bangers, but this as a show was so much better. His moves.
I didn't feel as excited as I was about the Dre one. Do you know what I mean? It was good. But like the Dre one, it was. I guess it's the quality of bangers. I don't know, and I was expecting, to be a bit more. I don't know. It just didn't hit me. Like you know when you hear in the clubs, it hits you. This one didn't. It didn't hit me, and obviously Luda had to change his rap a little bit because, you know, it's a little bit rude and all of that, and I just, there was a little, I don't know, it just felt a lot. I think you guys said it just felt a little bit short. And then what happened with the ending? Like, what happened there? It was a weird ending. Like it was like they hadn't planned for how it was going to end. It was like, you know, when you hear like a radio presenter and they're just talking to you on a link, and then it's like, oh, we've got to hit this song now, and I don't know how to end this link, so I'm just going to stop. And that happens all the time on Asian radio. But Ken
just has to get his little dig into the scene.
Why? But what I'm trying to say is, like, why? He just went,
why can't we do something like the Super Bowl? Why can't we do that, Ken?
I knew it coming.
We did it. Do you remember at the IPL? Remember they did it. What was it? What was the IPL final show or the cricket final show? You know,
it was one of them. Yeah,
Divine, but which we didn't really see all of it as well. But it was just like, you know, I mean. We'll get there. We'll get there.
But I do,
the ending was not. It wasn't an end.
Yeah, no. But then on the flip side, you know, not to badmouth it too much. Do you know, like when they actually had the band and stuff playing with?
That was brilliant.
I was like, this is brilliant. Like, and only Americans can put on a show like that. If you know what I mean.
Correct.
It was epic. Like, it was good to see. Really well done.
The show, it was beautiful. Yeah, it's brilliant. So it was good. It was good, and from that show, I mean, it was a weekend of shows because I started the weekend with seeing Shreya Goshal in concert.
Hey,
Tommy, my man, hosting the event.
Yep.
How was it? That was a date night for you boys.
It was.
Well, it was, Satch, because it was me, Kedge, and your mum, Satch.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, and your dad.
Yeah, and my dad. It was a weird night. I made sure that your mum and my dad didn't hook up, so don't worry. There was no weirdness going on there. I made sure me and Kedge didn't hook up as well. That was
I just spoke to your dad.
Can I just say it was talking about performances? All right, I want to ask Kedge. Usher, Alicia Keys versus Shreya Goshal. I know they're very different. Who was the best performer?
Shreya, hands down.
Bro,
hands down.
People are talking about Shreya Goshal in a different way now across the UK.
There was something about Shreya Goshal's performance that was just not the usual Asian standard. She'd really thought about it. All of the graphics and everything that was behind her were, for the first time ever, they just weren't those bendified graphics. They were proper. She'd thought about it. There were graphics that were related to the song that she was singing, so that she was mouthing it at the same time, so it looked like it was a music video, but she's singing live on stage. It was very grand. It was, you know, she sings a lot of Sanjay Leela Bhansali songs, so then you had the big kind of grand sets on the back. It was just, you know, and she brought energy. And again, you don't see a lot of Asian singers, because bless them, they got brilliant voices, but they just stand there or they sit there, right? Yep. But even Kumar Sanu and all these people, they didn't really bring the energy, but she brought so much energy. You could feel it coming off her and then, you know, sort of reverberating around the stadium.
What I would try to chip in there and say, you bang on, by the way, you're absolutely right. And I picked up on that similarly as well. But also, with respect, Kumar Sanu, Udit Narayan, that lot, they warmed up on stage. So their first song was a bit mellow. The second song they're picking up. Third song they're getting into it, and then they're going. But you're right, Shreya came out like ready to rumble.
Yeah, it was Daytona, rolling start.
And she came in with a right hook straight away. Yeah. Is that what it was?
You know, like she was limbering up on the sideline. She had a tracksuit, you know, with the zips down the side, and then as soon as it was game time, We whipped straight off, and away she was.
And also, whoever produced and curated that running order, that the list of songs that she did in the order she did it, again, deserves an absolute massive round of applause, because for once someone from India thought, hold on a minute, we're going to take them through this journey, and we're going to, do you know what I mean? And it had the waves and the highs and the lows, but it was all going upwards in terms of energy. And so the way she ended the first half was like it was the end of the show, because it was, we had the streamers and the confetti and everything, and it was like, wow, we're only halfway. And that, what that meant is, more people wanted to come back. They didn't even want to go to the loo or get drinks or just faff around. Everyone was ready for the second half.
And you know what? Just on that note, from behind the scenes, a little insight here. There were two guys on a table with computers and stuff who were doing all her auto cues. So she has on a screen on the stage the words that she's going to say in between songs. And I've always said that I watched that Taylor Swift tour. I watched a bit over Christmas. It was on Amazon or something. It was on some sort of streaming thing. And you saw that Taylor Swift, in between her songs, she's got some scripted bits that she says. And it means that they're not saying the same thing. They're not going, come on, guys, make some noise.
Hi, guys. Yeah. Hi, London.
Hello, London.
London, I love you.
And everyone's like, Taylor, why are you putting on an Indian accent? She was like, I don't know. No. But she was going, Taylor Swift would do something like, she'd go, oh, that song there, it's for anybody who's ever had their heart broken. But when you've had your heart broken and you're coming back, then you want to hear something like this. And the song will come straight in, It's slick junctions, what I call in between. So I love all that. I love it when you got great songs and those junctions are tight. And Shreya had that.
It sounded like it was a good show, to be fair, because I saw loads of videos. I saw loads of videos, and do you know what? I had FOMO after. I was just I'm gutted I couldn't come, but I just couldn't make it. But there was one thing that I did see, and that was Kedge posting about it, and he was singing in the background, and I thought, do you know what? This guy why is he singing Nagada song? He doesn't need to do that.
I don't even know the words, and that's the funniest thing.
I know you didn't know the words.
I don't know the words.
I want to try and find that video again and post it online, because it was that bad.
I tell you what, and that's why, for me, that was why I was in. It was that she just brought so much joy, because she sang the songs exactly how you knew them, and it just took you away. It just scooped her wave, the Shreya wave, just scooped you, picked you up, and you just went for it. And there were so many people just and by the second half, I've never seen Wembley Arena dance and all standing up like that. And it was a brilliant sight. There's so many people were just enjoying it for a change, and rather than just sitting there miserable, by the end of it, everyone was up dancing, and she was encouraging, she was getting a lot of energy from it. And that's why I was taken away by the Shreya storm.
Nice. And obviously you guys had like a bit of a night out. What were you eating and stuff? Was anything around?
Oh, we had the food from Chuck 89 that were doing the food backstage, and so that was all kind of laid on. But in that respect, that's why I brought my dad along. So I thought, let's make it a bit of an experience. And by the way, I put up a little reel of like just him kicking around backstage.
I love that.
See, I'll be honest, I don't really feel like I did that good of a job, because I'm not very good at making reels. That's more Kedge.
It was lovely. It was good.
No, but it was just good to
leaving the house, cruising along.
It would be like, for example, I thought when I was watching that, I was like, imagine if I took my dad with me to like the DJ booth or like Ministry of Sound and just left him there and just filmed him. Be like, have a look at this.
And I'll be honest,
it's just good to see.
Right. Very selfishly, I just thought, when is this guy, my dad, ever going to get to know what it's like to stand on Wembley stage or that kind of stuff? I thought, and we do it so much. I'm like, well, bring him along. So he loved. So he had the whole experience backstage. He was there, getting the passes, going through the security and all that. And there is a nice buzz when you see the security, when you see the crew, you meet the dancers, you meet the step-to-step dancers that were doing their thing as well. He's used to the experience, but this time he said he loved it more because obviously he got some food, he got some backstage drinks, he came to the dressing room. He could wander off and go to the loo when he wanted to go to the loo. And you know what it's like when you're like, trapped in the kind of row of thousands of people.
You don't want to move.
And then also trying to find and weave your way to the toilets. Whereas here, you kind of got the luxury, you high five security. So no, I think he enjoyed the experience. And more importantly, I quite liked the fact that we can do things like that. And even, sorry, Satch, you know, when I went over, like, if you don't mind me saying, I went over to your mum and I just went, and I went, "You're right, auntie, like anything?" She goes, yeah, I want some pani. And I thought, well, I can do that. You know, like, you ain't got to go to the shop. I've got like 16 bottles in my dressing room. What am I going to do with them? So I went to the room, and I know it's weird because obviously I'm walking now amongst the crowd, having just come off stage, and Shreya is performing, and people look at me like, that's the host. What's he doing? And then I just bring over 2 bottles of water, hand them over to Mrs. Sachin Senior, and then I wandered off.
Nice, thank you. No, she did tell me about that because she was just like, she was like, I just couldn't get out. Like, do you know when you're just in the middle of the road and then
exactly like my dad. But you see, I see that, and I think, let's just take a little moment to make a kind of obvious point for us. But I think, well, firstly, I know for a fact you two would have done the same for my mum and dad, right? You would make sure my mum and dad are all right. Uncle, auntie, you want anything? You want to make sure they're okay. That's a Desi boy or Desi person kid trait. That's in us. That's our culture. That's kind of like, you know, you don't just check on your own parents. You make sure you go to your elders and you go, all right. Like, we had some people there from some record labels. I didn't check in on them. They're young. They're in their 20s, right? I invited a couple of people down. But your mum, I have a duty to go, despite being the host, going to go, what do you need? And if she had said, actually, get me a plate of pakori and samosa, I would have gone, all right. You do run the risk. You do run the risk of these firing out your backside tomorrow in a way that you can't control. But if you want to have them, let's go for it. But no, she was great. And it's nice to see, again, for our parents, it's nice to see them enjoying it. That's all. You know, it's like to create those moments. So now, Shreya Goshal, here you go, Shakespeare talk. I doff my hat, or I tip. What's that word? Doff my. What's the phrase? What's that phrase when you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You doff your hat when you do your little Shreya. We salute you, kind of thing. Okay. You absolutely smashed it as a solo artist. And can I quickly just say as well, she took a moment out to big up all of her team. She did selfies with everyone, like all of her band members. She bigged them all up individually. It was just boss material, like real ownership of the night, you know, real alpha. And I like that. I think good on you, girl. Smashed it.
She was very good. She was also Thursday. I just got quickly. I thought I had to share this with you guys. So we had some work drinks because someone was leaving, and it's been a while since I've been to these kind of things, and you kind of forget, like, you know, what it's like, because obviously things move on. You get a little bit older. There's a whole new young generation that have come through, and you're working with, because obviously your teams are all changed and stuff. So you can't be the jungly self that maybe we were maybe 10, 15 years ago, because things have changed. And, you know, going out now, drinking and leaving dudes are very different.
What were you like 10, 15 years ago? You just glazed over the jungly self, for example. What would you have done?
No. But it's like, I think things have changed now. You know, like going out and buying rounds and all of this kind of stuff. That doesn't really exist anymore. Also, the way you speak is a problem. You have to compute everything in your head before you actually say it out, because basically you don't know how it's going to be taken. Some people then will take it, and then because everything you say nowadays, you're being judged instantly. You're just being judged with everything. Whatever you do, say, behave, everything. So you kind of just have to sit there and just sort of face the corner of the wall, especially me, because, you know, otherwise I just go out of control. I'm uncontrollable. So it's like I'm just like in the headmaster's office. But I forgot, on one of those rare occasions, I just, you know, got a little bit carried away with an extra drink. And, you know, conversation started flowing with a few different people and stuff. And
what did you do?
No, it's nothing.
I'm worried now, because I've not even heard anyone.
The thing is, it's nothing, and yet it's everything. It became everything for the night. And all it was, we were just talking about, like, I don't even remember the conversation exactly, but it was just like funny places or something like that, fun names of funny places, or I don't know how it came about, right? And I said, so like an idiot, I don't know why, and I could have just stayed quiet, but like an idiot, I went, oh my God, guys, I just remembered, we've got this strip club in Watford, and guess what it used to be called? Beavers.
Did you say Beavers?
Beavers.
Yeah.
And then I said, but, and so they all started laughing, but it was, you know, you could tell that it was a moment of just awkwardness and like what happened here. And I was like, and you know, that feels the people our age were wetting themselves. And one of them goes, oh, Kedge, I've heard of it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And
of course you have.
And then I said, oh, but you know what? It's now just been changed, and I think they've got a new name, and it's Diamonds and Strings or something. And it's just like, and it like, oh my God, like
that's quite weird of you as someone in a senior position.
No, but we're just talking about funny place names with funny names. I just thought it's hilarious.
Is that appropriate?
Yeah. See, so all of a sudden, you found yourself really. All you were doing was talking about an observation, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know how we are.
There's a place. This is what it's called. Oh my God! Look at that! It's a strip club, and it's called Beavers.
I just find it hilarious.
Right, and you know it would have been named that for that reason, right?
Of course,
right?
Of course.
So for that kind of Rudy Crudy reference to whatever, right? But that was just seen as normal jokes back then. Oh yeah, Beaver this, whatever. Or even like, I don't know why I'm thinking of this now. You know, like calling someone a ginge, right? You can say, oh, he's ginge, right? Yeah. Now that is, it sound, even as I'm saying it, I'm like, oh yeah, he's a ginge. I wouldn't say it. I wouldn't talk like that.
No, but you're allowed to comment on places that their names. It's like, my God. It's like, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, where are we going tonight? Oh yeah, kids in the left. And I was like,
kids is going Beavers.
Yeah. Oh, working from home. You know what that means? And you're like, no. It's got, but it's weird. Like, that's it. All of it, once you've put it out there in the ether, that's it. Everyone, and I was just like, oh my God. I came back home and I thought, God, it's like you can't say anything to anyone anymore. Well, literally, I have to face the wall.
Because I'm gonna go beavers. That's a derogatory term for female private parts, and therefore I'm offended because I don't have female private parts. But for some reason, I can still be offended.
Possibly,
and, or something. You just don't know. And bruv, what you're talking about right now is when you're doing when I'm doing stand up, you're just treading that line all the time because you're. But
it's not even a line, is it? I mean, God, you're just an observation.
Okay.
You're treading that line of like, oh, all of a sudden somebody's upset.
Yeah.
Okay, well, all right. I'll leave you with Beavers then, Tommy. I met someone on the weekend, and I really had to hold it together, and I couldn't laugh, and I had a little giggle afterwards. I met someone.
What?
And the name was Rimika.
Rimika. Yeah.
You're being very childish.
No, I'm not being. I'm just saying that was a name, and I had a little chuckle to myself.
Right. Okay.
Am I allowed to, or is that we're not allowed?
I think so. Yeah. I don't think that is as what's the word? Like like it's what's the word?
No, but because you chuckle to yourself,
it's got a rim in it. It's got the rim. Okay, but if it was like
but you chuckle to yourself, so it's okay. You're allowed to. Do you mean you have the chuckle inside your body, and then that's it. You delete it from the hard drive.
Well, I haven't. I've said it on the podcast, and now everyone's heard it.
Yeah,
I haven't deleted it. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
But you do get these. I hosted some awards. I think I can say the woman's name because it's just a generic name. But her name was Aina, right? Aina.
Oh, like a footballer. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that. Who's that?
No, he's got his surname is Aina. Yeah.
Come on, you Ainas. Aina, right? Aina. But was her surname, right? And now Aina is to say in Punjabi is to say they come, like Aja, a bit like Aja Aina, or tu Aina, like don't come, Aina, like don't come there, right? But Aina but sounds like like I came in a butt.
In the way you say it, though.
Yeah. So and I said it on stage. I went Aina but like ma agi, I'm Aina in a butt. And I did all that, and people
laugh? Did people laugh?
Yeah. Well,
everyone nervous.
Everyone apart from Aina Butt, who was in the room because she was up. And bruv, how about this? And I haven't been invited back since. That was 8th of March, about 5 years ago.
Oh, you're done, mate.
Because I know it's International Women's Day, and I hosted, and I was the one guy allowed in the room.
You said that.
You said that on International Women's Day.
Aina Butt, and they never.
You ain't Aina back into that venue ever again, mate.
Like, what, bruv? I'm like you, kids. Now I just make an observation. Aina Butt. What it sounds like.
I know. All right. Well, let's stay away from that. Let's not make any observations because obviously that's not allowed anymore in this
it's not
in this new age. So let's. I'm going to bring to you a story that I thought is basically it's going to be something that's really important to all of us on the Brown Load and everyone who likes to listen to it as well, and that's the topic of food and basically the food, UK's favorite comfort food. And I know we're all going to have an opinion on this because we love it. So
there is one.
There's been a poll. There has been an official poll, and do you guys want to guess?
Hold on, can I just say something? No, before that was just that all the food I eat is comfort food. Like I very rarely will eat something and go,
that don't comfort me.
Yeah, that like it's
No, but there's got to be one dish, like when you're like ill and you're like, but if I have that, I'm good. You know, that's the one that gives you the real hug. I think you got to think about it when you're ill, or like, or just that one, you know, like where it's just that one meal that you keep going back to.
Go on, Tommy. Go on, give us your one meal.
Okay, look, so.
Well, no, let's go for the poll first. Hold on, let's go for the poll.
I think you can get comfort sort of snacky food. So like
no.
Go think meal.
No, I'm gonna go. Let me just tell you first what was ranked in this by the Brits, right, in this country.
Hold on a minute. Let me guess it, because I think we're gonna know what it's gonna be like pie and mash.
Yeah,
right? That's got to be on there.
Right? It's not.
What?
Cottage pie, shepherd's pie, one of them two.
No, basically the things that were on this list, right? Beans on toast.
Okay.
Sausage and mash.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Bangers and mash. Yeah.
Cottage pie.
I said that.
You said that. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that. Didn't hear that. Fry up.
Fry up. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Roast dinner.
Yeah.
Apple crumble. With custard.
Yeah.
These were all high on the list.
Yeah.
But the top one. Can you guess?
Could it be?
No. Is it chips? Fish and chips.
Fish and chips. Number one comfort food for half the Brits that were in this poll. And it's just,
you say that's comfort. Fish and chips is tasty.
Well, they just said that, you know, this time of the year we're being cold and wet. This is what people are like, you know, cheering for. This is the favorite, still doing the trick. This is the one that everyone reaches for.
Nah, my comfort food, I'm going to say, I think I've got one. It's a chicken and mushroom pie.
Oh, really? Big.
Yeah. That you got pastry, creaminess, chicken bit, mushroom.
Like so just that, nothing like no gravy or anything on there.
If I had mash and gravy with it, if I had chips with it, fine. But what I mean, the comfort doesn't come from the chips or the mash. I mean, it does. It's a supporting role.
Yeah.
But it's not the lead actor. The lead is the chicken and mushroom pie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I could eat it now. But the problem is I'm not just saying this. I think an aloo alla pronta tops.
Oh.
There we go. I knew he was going to go desi.
Pronta with scrambled egg. Desi scrambled egg.
I think parotta with, for me, I need to have it with sag. Oh.
God, no, but that's Tommy. That's not a meal, is it? Really, like one like paratha. What? Is that? Would you say that's a meal? That's it.
I was going.
Or would you have it with something like Kedge said, parathas and sag?
Yeah. Or mutton paneer. Oh my God.
Yeah, mutton paneer. Honestly, with anything, with like I said, with a bit of dahi, just with a bit of achar as well, just with butter. You got butter, you got dahi. My God, you don't need nothing else. And your nice red ambada achar.
That's it.
You get, jackpot, bruv. But the problem is, like literally, if I have that, my day is written off. I'm not snapping out of the food coma.
But do you
4 or 5 hours?
Sach, I bet Sach is an English comfort food. Because I was going to say, what's your English comfort food?
Oh, I don't know.
What's yours, Sach? What is your comfort food anyway?
No, do you know what? I do like chicken and mushroom pie. I think that's a good one. That's good. Fish and chips is all right. Like, but do you know what? If it's rubbish fish and chips, I hate it. It's got to be of a good standard.
Yeah, fat bit of cod.
Yeah,
nice. And I was a bit disappointed the other day. I had a sausage and batter. I actually was in Manchester yesterday, and I saw it, and it was like a foot long, double the size of your normal one.
Wow.
I was like, and I said, don't you do the normal ones? He goes, that is the normal one. I was like, all right, bring it on. But the batter wasn't like, it's got to go like that, and you got to come in, it's got to crunch. And this was a bit chewy. I'm like, and then you've committed to it.
And if I was going Indian, I think you just can't beat a good chicken curry and like garlic naan.
Oh yeah, naan.
Garlic naan. I forgot about that. That's
garlic naan with a good chicken curry.
We love a fresh naan.
Pretty. In fact, I'd argue that most desi food, anything which has got a bit of a sauce base to it, like you say, paneer, channe, chicken curry, lamb curry, you get that with a nice bawdy naan, bhatura.
Oh, it's got to be a garlic naan, mate. Garlic naan.
Garlic
naan. Do you know what? I think anything with garlic tastes better. The other day I was walking past I was down the high street, and Nando's had one of those little billboard things, but like the stand-up ones in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah.
They're now doing a burger, and Tommy, I thought you'd love this. The bun is a garlic roll, the garlic bread.
Right, okay.
I'm like, why have you not done that before, bruv?
That's a good shout.
Now hold on. When I said to you the other day, I said, "Oh, have you ever had like your curry with garlic bread?" And you guys all kind of
that's different. This is still a burger, a roll.
It's a garlic naan.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But this is an actual. It's the actual the burger bun is garlic bread, and I thought this needs to be normalized.
Yeah, you're right. I whenever I get garlic bread, I love it. I use it like a roti. So I'll grab the pasta, like if I'm having say spaghetti bolognese, right? I'll tear off the garlic bread and grab it like a burki, what we call like a
burki.
You do call it a burki, like a mouth.
He's sacrotlying it, Kedge.
What is it? Sacre bleu.
Yeah, basically, you're getting a piece. You're getting a little piece.
Yeah, that's a burki.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, like a tear. Oh man, you make a little cone. Oh my word, I'm in heaven. But I'd even argue chips is a comfort food. You know, chips, salt, vinegar on the side, chips and beans. Chips, egg and beans is comforting. That any calf food.
Yeah.
We haven't been to a good calf in a while, have we?
You know what? Please, when next time you're over, we'll go to one because I've been wanting to go to this one. You know where?
But we come at night. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
It's one of them ones that's got a chalkboard and they do like quarter pounders. They do lasagnas. They do it all. You know, like a proper an old school kind of East End talking cap. And it's always run by like a good Turkish Cypriot person who's gonna like make get that nice fat white bread for your egg sandwich and stuff as well. I love it. Oh, man, I could talk about food all bloody day.
Okay, well, let's not talk about food. Let's talk about things we've seen this week. What have you got? Anything that you've been seeing that you want to let everyone know about?
Yeah, I want to talk about this advert that I've seen with Ranveer Singh, right? Ranveer Singh is, I know it because I haven't really watched much TV and we've already spoken about the Super Bowl, but Ranveer Singh is in an advert for basically like a sexual awareness product company thing. So, and it's an advert where he is playing a character in a very typical Indian drama
serial.
So it's all filmed, stylized to make it look like a drama with all the zoom ins and the echoes of the people's voices and all the over the top kind of way they make those Indian dramas. So it's filmed like that. But in this setup, it's just weird. I don't think it works. I think they've got it so bloody wrong.
Don't you? Why do you think it's wrong? I think it's quite funny.
I'm with you, Tommy.
So let me explain this out. So we're in a Haveli Kothi house thing, right? It's all the family members, like in a typical drama. And basically, there's some conversation about, is the wife happy? Is she not happy?
The wife is leaving.
The wife is leaving because she's not happy, right? But basically, Ranveer Singh's there talking to her. But there's also a porn star there. And
Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sins. I never knew who he was. Is he a famous porn star?
I don't know. But he must be big in the game.
Well, he's Gora. Yeah, exactly. So he's there, and they kind of got this kind of mock setup as if like she's having an affair with this porn star, and Ranveer kind of flips out, and then she declares she's leaving. Then the mother-in-law pushes her.
No, she's not having an affair. She's married to him. She's married to him, but she's leaving because he's just basically, Johnny Bhai is having problems
with his Johnny Bhai.
Yeah,
right. But then the mother-in-law or someone pushes the woman off the edge of the balcony at the top of the kothi. And here's where it gets very weird.
It's so weird.
As she's falling through the sky, Johnny jumps over the edge of the balcony.
After he's had a little tablet.
He quickly pops a Viagra, which kicks him within a quarter of a second.
Yeah.
Then he jumps over the edge and he basically has sex with her midway in the air before they land. And then they land and it's a comedy thing. It's supposed to be funny. Then they land, they're like, and they're all a bit disheveled, like they've just done it. And then it cuts to Ranveer Singh and says, 3 in 5 men, whatever, suffer from erectile dysfunction. And And I'm like, okay, once again, this is weird India have got a weird marketing team, weird ideas, and they've gone, I know how we can promote, sexual malfunctions and all this kind of stuff. We'll have a scene with a porn star shagging someone midway through the air. And I'm like,
no, but you don't see it. You don't see it.
But you know what they've done, Kedge. Obviously, you're not going to see it. Well, they're going to have a flipping porn scene in the middle of an ad.
I thought it was quite funny, mate. I thought it was. I mean, I think it will get to the people.
Honestly, it wasted whatever 2 minutes or whatever it is the time that I watched it. I thought this is terrible. Why is this so bad?
Yeah, I mean, look it up. It's on Instagram. It's all across the internet. And what is that called? I don't know who's posted it.
Bold Care, wasn't it? The company or something like that? Was it called that or something?
Type in Ranveer Singh erectile dysfunction. Sadly, I think it'll probably come up just off the back of that.
Yeah, I think he posted it on his Instagram as well, from what I saw. Or there's something else that was related.
You know who wrote that? Do you remember? What were they called back in the day? There was like 4 or 5 guys who were really funny from India. And
All India Bachot.
Yeah. AIB. So Danmay from there was part of the writing.
Can I be honest? Dunmay's funnier than that, right? I hosted their stand-up show when they were here. Them guys, Rohit Dunmay and Lambu, whatever his name is, right? They're funny, very funny people, edgy. But this was just a weird idea that I don't. Terrible. And you see it in Bollywood films when all of a sudden the films chug along. You're like, what? Why would that happen? What? No. Who's written it? No, you've just wasted my day and yours. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. Let's go home.
Agree.
So it's that kind of, and I felt the same way about this advert as well. But there you go. That's what I've seen. What have you seen?
Sticking on the sort of India sort of topic, there was a series that I watched. It was on the BBC a few weeks ago. Actually, I think it was like January or something. It came out and it was called Streets of Gold, and it was all about sort of millionaires in Mumbai.
Yeah, and not Cities of Gold. My favorite cartoon when I was young.
What's that?
Oh, Cities of Gold, brilliant.
No, it's called Streets of Gold. It was based in Mumbai, and it just shows like how people became millionaires and what they started doing and stuff. It's quite interesting, and it was quite a bit for me. It was a bit shocking because you just don't really see this part of India or these people and what they do and stuff like that. So that was quite a good watch. But the other thing that I'm watching at the moment that I think is quite good is James May in India. It's on Prime.
Oh yeah. James May in India. How is that?
He's doing I think it's a 3-part. I've seen the first part, and he was in Mumbai again celebrating Holi and stuff. And it was okay. Like it was good. Like I think I watched the rest of it. But
it's funny that because English people who have watched it have absolutely loved it and gone, I can't believe it was only 3 episodes and not more. They've been moaning that they want more.
See, I think it's because he done the standard stuff, like he went and did like Holi, and we kind of know what Holi's about. Like maybe for a white person that's never sort of experienced it, they might think, oh wow, this is incredible. But for us, it's just like, it's a bit standard. Then he goes to like some cinema, and then he's at this artist place, this guy who makes all the posters for all the Bollywood films and stuff like that. So it was okay. I mean, the only reason why I can't quite watch it is because I like James May, and I think he's quite good, and he's just a bit different. So it's always good to see like a different perspective. So that's they're the 2 things that I've seen recently.
Super clever guy. Kedge, is there any Korean B-list films that we need to watch that are going to be an absolute game changer?
Well, no.
I bet you he's got a rubbish one. Come on, Kedge.
No, actually, this is something that I missed. It was completely went past my radar, and then I got onto it randomly because I was looking for a show to watch, and then I came across it on Apple TV. It's called Foundation. Now, Apple TV do some brilliant stuff, and they spend a lot of money on it. And so it's called Foundation. It's based on a book, which is apparently a really, really famous sci-fi book. It's a complex saga of humans scattered on planets throughout the galaxy, all living under the rule of the Galactic Empire.
Good, sounds great.
But it's got to do. It's very clever because it's got to do with math. No, it's a series, but it's all to do with maths and how math dictates all of our life. And I love that because I think maths does dictate all of our lives, and it's really interesting. And it's the cast is so diverse, and aliens and not aliens, humans in different planets, and how they all survive and live. And I think it's brilliant. It's brilliant. So, there's some Desi actors in it as well.
I was cynical when you started speaking, but you hit a little bit of a connection point with me.
Was it pyramids? Where did he mention pyramids?
Basically, a little bit like that, because he said math and the pyramid and the science and the maths and the numbers of pyramids and all that stuff and civilization. It all stacks up. Fact is, we cannot be alone. And if you ever see any of these, once again, TikToks with who's the guy? Who's the Professor Brian Cox? Who's always talking about how many billions and trillions of galaxies and stars that there are. And he goes, you cannot fathom the size of what is out there and how small of a speck of nothingness that we are of these 7 billion people. And I think that's important to do anyway for perspective of your own life, because you get caught up in your own stuff and it's really not important. Which means there must be other stuff going on. And I need to know that in my lifetime they discover something. They have.
It will come. It will come. But also, can I just say as well? It stars, and we all know him, Kulvinder Gir. He's in it as well. And that's big moves, for one of our lot to be in an Apple TV thing. So it's a good show. I've 5 episodes in. It's a good one.
Tommy, are you going to watch that?
Actually, I might, Satch. I'm not going to throw him under. I'm tempted just to say, he's an idiot, because I enjoy saying that.
It's not Star Wars. It's a little bit better than Star Wars. It's a bit more like Matrix.
Oh, you've lost me, mate. No, I ain't watching that shit.
If there was a 1% chance that Satch was going to watch it, soon as you go, it's a bit Matrixy.
Lost me.
You know, Interstellar. It's like how
I hated that.
Yeah, it's not one for such.
Oh, but Interstellar was great.
It's exactly. It's a very clever, deep series, and it's obviously it's a book, and so it's a well-renowned book, and it's very deep. Give it a go.
I don't know. I don't think I can commit to a series. I just haven't got the.
Oh yeah, there's 2 series, and they've just commissioned the 3rd. It's going. It's still going.
Going places. All right,
brilliant.
What have you learned? What have you learned this week?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Can I go first? The thing I learned is 4.8 billion people in the world own a mobile phone, but only 4.2 billion people own a toothbrush. That's interesting, isn't it?
God, what a world we live in.
There's 8 billion people in the world, or thereabouts, just over, and half of nearly 5 billion have got a mobile, but only 4 billion have got a toothbrush.
Wow.
Mad.
So how can what is this world coming to? Rather have a phone than a toothbrush.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's a charm.
Yeah, it means there is someone then. There is several someones out there who have a phone, but in their house they've got that.
Yeah.
But there's nothing next to the sink to brush.
I mean, I've seen Kedge's teeth a few times.
Oi.
Exactly.
Mate, I'm on the old school datar, mate.
What's that?
The like the twig that you chew on when you go to the city.
Oh, I thought you meant like a young girl. He goes, I'm on the old school daughter. I've got to know.
No, datar.
I like the old school niece. I like the old school daughter. I like the old school.
You got to chew it and it cleans your teeth. Yeah. And now the Western world are all buying into that.
So what? Do you not have a brush?
No, of course I do, you Wally. Of course I do.
I'm just chewing pieces of sticks trying to hope that his teeth get clean. You dirty boy.
People were for years, for centuries, and it was all.
You're right. Need a toothbrush, bruv.
Seemed to work.
Please, Oral B.
No,
go on.
Nasty. Okay, the thing I've learned is about the phrase daylight robbery.
Oh, why is it known as daylight robbery?
So where do you think that phrase comes from when you hear, it's daylight robbery? I'll tell you what I thought all my life, but I think you probably thought the same as me. Where do you think it comes from?
Is it from Money Heist because they robbed the bank?
But why daylight robbery? Why do they say that phrase?
Because it happened in the daytime. They robbed it in front of everyone's eyes.
Right, like robbed in plain sight kind of
thing.
Yeah. But it's not. That's not where it comes from as a phrase. Daylight robbery comes from going back to Victorian times when they introduced a tax on properties. So the owners of properties would have to pay a tax according to the amount of windows that they've got on their proproperties.
Oh,
right? So
wow.
There was a window tax.
Of course there was. And that, yes. Carry on.
So what they would do, what these owners of the property would do, they go, right, you've got to pay for your windows. They'd block up their windows, but they wouldn't block up the windows where they mainly live in the house, like the ground floor.
The others,
floor. They'd block up the servants' quarters, so down low. Have you ever seen those properties in London where they've got quarters down below? And you can just see, and if you look at those buildings, you can just see the tops of windows that are blocked out where the pavement now joins into it, because they've just closed it off. And at the very top of the building, like in the loft where also servants might stay, they blocked out those windows. And so they would quite literally take the daylight away from those poorer people, and they called it daylight robbery. So
I love that. I'm going to use that one, Tommy. That's a good one.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great Christmas, everyone.
That is going into Christmas.
That's why you see those buildings with, like the bricks in the windows, like the indents. It was just with the bricks. It's because of that. By
the way, Kedge, before you do your one, I'm just going to say this. A couple of people over the past few weeks have said Kedge has been rubbish for the past few weeks.
Oh my God, they've been brilliant.
Do you know what? It's just market research. People are coming up to me and telling me this information. I thought I'd just say it.
I don't know. I think you're making it up. Because if they're not telling me, then it's not happening.
It's there. The people are there. I'm out and about every weekend.
Bro, they've been, go back.
They feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable.
They're just like, I feel robbed because we're hearing two great things. And then Kedge comes.
Maybe I need to dumb it down a little bit because it's just so high spec level that they just hear it as white noise. They don't even hear it as words.
No, they hear it as brown bud accent really more so rather than white noise.
And I don't even know where the noise is coming out of.
Okay.
Well,
come on in.
Okay, so you spoke about billion. Did you speak about billions or millions? Saj, did you have million? Was it a million phones or billion?
Billion.
No, billion. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to step down one level. I'm going to talk about millions. First,
the sweets.
No. Firstly, did you know that there are 49 million kangaroos in Australia? I mean, just firstly, think about that. That's a lot of kangaroos.
Tommy, just before you carry on, is that going into Christmas?
No.
This is going into Christmas. This is definitely a Christmas one. This is so
come on,
good.
let's have part two.
Right.
You need to land a right hook right about now.
It's coming. It's coming. It's going to be the one too.
Yeah,
so
here we go.
49 million kangaroos in Australia, which is a lot because bearing in mind the population in this country is loads. How many? 70, 80 odd? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but the population in Australia is less than our population. So there's going to be more kangaroos in Australia than people.
This is what I'm trying to get across. So I want you to just imagine that first. So 49 million kangaroos in Australia. But did you know that there are only 3.5 million people in Uruguay? So if kangaroos had to invade Uruguay and you lived there, you would each have to fight 14 kangaroos to survive.
That's important to know that.
There we go.
Hang on. Where's the link between Australia and Uruguay, Tommy? Did I miss something here?
No.
How's this going to happen?
In case if it happens, like you never know the way the world might go. But if there is a kangaroo invasion in Uruguay and you're there, then you're going to have to fight 14.
You know what? I'm with the people. They're all shit. He's been on the shit streak the last few weeks. This is probably one of the worst, Tommy.
No. This doesn't beat the mood.
You are a guy. Forget Uruguay. You're a guy who delivers consistently poor things we've learned.
This is bad. If you drop this on your night out amongst the lads, this is
actually, maybe when you're next at the pub with all your little woke young generation workers.
Instead of speaking about beavers,
yeah.
No, because the conversation goes into: do you think you could beat a kangaroo? Do you think you could fight a kangaroo? And then 14 of them.
I just like the fact that Kendrick just go. Anyway, enough about beavers. Kangaroos now, ladies and gentlemen. Kangaroos. Just kind of moves on. You're right. Have you seen that video that went around of a kangaroo that grabbed a man's dog?
Yeah, and he's fighting him.
And he runs over to save his dog.
Yeah.
And the kangaroo squares up to him, right? And he just punches the kangaroo in the face. The kangaroo looked at him a bit shocked. Like, doesn't do anything. He just grabs his dog and walks away.
Incredible.
The kangaroo lets it go.
Incredible.
They're powerful and they're big, bro. When they stand up, they're like 6'2", 6'3". So it's not no Hulk.
I remember when I was a kid, and in our local newspaper, there was a story, and this scared me a bit because I was out on my bike and stuff. I was probably about 13, 14. There was a kangaroo on the loose in South London.
Why?
Wow.
Why?
I don't know, but it was sighted down the road from where I used to live, and I was just like, why is there a kangaroo? Imagine like you're just walking down the road and you come around the corner, there's a kangaroo there waiting to beat you up.
Yeah.
My God.
It was a real thing.
Hold on. If the kangaroo had run out, I'm trying to think of something like Kangaroo run out. If it'd run out the building, kangaroo run out. It would be the Bollywood actress name of the kangaroo. There you go.
Are we going to be together next week, Tommy, or are you going to throw in a last minute swervy?
No, of course we're together. We're always together, bro.
Just make sure nothing twigs again, and we're actually, in the same city.
You will be. I might even make some comfort food.
I think you have to.
To make up for it.
To make up, definitely.
Thank you.
All right. Well, until next week, have a great one, and we will see you very, very soon. Laters, boys.
Laters.